I'm wearing the appropriate attire, although I kind of wish my Ranger keys and my Green Ranger Morpher were around so I could show you while I talk about this vlog, which will be in a second. CTKaraoke, the gaming channel. Hi guys, it is Monday vlogging day. I'm CTK or Corey, you can call me by either, and I've done it. I've done the impossible, the thing that I never expected I would be doing 2.5 years ago. I've watched every single Power Rangers ever. 809 episodes. I'd say that's a good 150, 175 plus hours put into the show. Now, you're probably wondering, why would you put that much time? It's Power Rangers. It's over the top. It's stupid. It's like really cheesy with all these attacks. But that's exactly why I kept watching it. Let me explain from the beginning. So I started the project back in June 2013. At first, I was recommended to watch Power Rangers just the first season. And I kept just making fun of everything because I was like, oh, everything's cheesy. The buildings suddenly collapse, and then they're suddenly back to normal, and Angel Grove, and everyone's learning a life lesson, and teenagers with attitude. It's really cheesy. But the more I started to watch it, the more I started to enjoy it, and the more I started to delve into what makes Power Rangers good. And I realized the main problem with the Power Rangers is that it doesn't start getting better as far as trying to tell stories until seasons in. Because the very first 3 seasons, I mean, they have story arcs, they have like episode arcs, but they're not really like engaging in any way. A lot of them you can pretty much skip. The only ones I could probably say was maybe into later 3rd season when they get the ninja powers, which even that was taken from the movie, so there was no point to the movie if their 3rd season was just gonna adapt it anyway. Zeo and Turbo pretty much changed the structure of the show. They dropped the teenagers with attitude. The teenagers graduate from high school, and so everything is taken a little bit more seriously. I mean, yeah, there's still cheesy storylines. It's Power Rangers. There's always going to be cheesy storylines and actions that don't make any sense in battle scenes. But when I finally got to In Space, that is when it changed for me. That is when I felt like, okay, now the show is getting really good. This is the season that it finally took off, where story arcs were being told, where all the monsters were gathering up from the previous seasons together to take down Earth together. The Rangers themselves are an entirely new cast, so we pretty much have to adjust to that. But I enjoyed TJ and Andros. I didn't really have a problem with them. Cassie and Ashley, which is why In Space was probably my favorite season out of the show. But every other season after that has been trying to mimic the same success that In Space has done. And in various qualities. Sometimes the seasons are really bad where they just straight up adapt from the Japanese with no changes, or they make some changes, or they make a little bit more effort into their American footage. I can't go into detail into every single season, but as far as Power Rangers goes, yes, it has gotten better over the past few years. Until the Nickelodeon seasons. This is where I was like, this is not going well. Because the seasons are not that great. They're really bad. The acting isn't that great. The storylines are very bland, and they tell the same jokes over and over and over. And not to mention Super Mega Force, which was supposed to be the big 20th anniversary special season that, you know, covers 20 years of Power Rangers, was really bad. And I couldn't believe that this is how you respect 20 years of this show. You have maybe a good 2 minutes of fighting and 10 seconds of showing previous Rangers, and they don't even get a speaking role. The only one who gets a speaking role is Carone. 1 line, that's it. However, I will say Dino Charge has completely changed my perspective again, because from that point on, the season got good. It was really well done. I loved it. I loved the shipping tees from the Red and Pink Ranger. I loved all the characters. Each of them got their own character development, and they didn't even fight with their Ranger powers until I think the end of the first episode or the second episode. So that gave a full episode of character development. I couldn't believe that. Plus, All the Rangers got the character development, not just the Red, that always gets the center of attention in every single season. So, would I recommend watching Power Rangers to anyone? Probably not. You'd have to really put up with a lot of action of the same sequences. Like I said, Power Rangers does try to change it up sometimes with their seasons, but for the most part, it's always the same structure, a plot, they get into battle, the Zord battle, they defeat the bad guy, and then the plot gets resolved. If you're okay with this formula, the formula that stayed and I guess true and tried, then you'll enjoy Power Rangers. Or you'll just probably watch the first season because I'm somehow getting you involved into doing that. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out a Let's Play on Wednesday, and I will see you guys next Monday with a vlog. Bye! I completely forgot to mention my favorite seasons in this show. So, Zeo, In Space, Time Force, Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, SPD, Jungle Fury, RPM, and I would say Dino Charge now, which is now a 9th favorite of mine. So check out those 9 seasons. Those are the ones I can easily recommend the most out of all the seasons so far.